It's the DNQ Dirt Series from the Millbridge Speedway. It's Tar Heel Racing Supplies Night, presented by Pink Magic, Superior Tire Management, and Gold Speed Production or Products with Maxxis Tire. Welcome to the Tar Heel Racing Supplies Night. I am Bob Duato here. Bill Chester, Bill, Tar Heel Racing Supplies, the official parts trailer of the DNQ Series. They decided to sponsor this night. Good for them. It's great to have new sponsors in DNQ.
I fucking love Tar Heel Racing Supplies. When I need racing supplies, which is never, I go to Tar Heel Racing Supplies.
Anything you need at the racetrack, Tar Heel Racing Supplies will be there to stock anything that you fucking destroy in practice. Qualify.
You know the Peasant Series is going to be keep that trailer in business.
Oh shit! I just wrecked all my shit. Well, Tar Heel Supplies can supply that for
plenty
you.
of right front spindles and left rear fucking wheel nuts because they can't seem to tighten them sons of bitches.
Yeah, well, one thing I want to touch on tonight, Tim Nye is back after getting AIDS in Atlantic City. And Dan Eisenhower's back too.
I love Daniel Eisenhower. Daniel Eisenhower's my man. I love him.
Yeah, he has had a brief hiatus. He always blows up, though. He leads every lap and blows up.
Yeah, I hope he's got his shit together. I know Timmy and I definitely does not. Because his old lady that's with him, I don't know who it is, but she's beat.
Ever since Nye has had his normal deal, side deal, side deal, side deal, side deal, gone downhill.
No.
Is there a connection between the two?
If you're my side bitch, you better be a 12. His side bitch is a 1.2.
Well, speaking about a 1.2 side bitch, let's send it down to Jamie Knopf, who's here running the BUSCH Series here tonight. Well, usually the DNQ karting series is the end of a career, not the start of it. And Jamie Knopf, you've been running everywhere in the Southeast. What made you come here?
I've been watching you on TV for the past 2 or 3 years, and I was like, man, we got to go up there and race. So we was able to come up here last week and race and didn't get a good showing. So hopefully we'll have better showing this week.
Now, we know you usually win all the big money races. You're here to redeem yourself a little bit. But talk about the competition here in the DNQ series. You had their asses waxed last race. Do you expect anything different tonight?
Yeah, they're pretty competitive and a little rough also, so hopefully we can stay ahead of all that.
Well, Jamie Knopf hopes to have his cart in one piece tonight after the race is over, and he hopes to wax that ass and come back for the All-Star race. We'll get to see Jamie Knopf in this field. Let's take a look at the BUSCH Series Rookie of the Year points, and Derek Allred's got that on lock right now.
Before we do anything, I just want to let everybody know, your boy Billy's a hurting unit this morning. He was out chasing pussy last night, so I brought my good friend Barry Mack in here to help him.
Well, I'm glad I could be brought in to help you guys out here today.
Well, that's the BUSCH Series Rookie of the Year points as we got Barry here.
I don't do this much often anymore, so I'm just not quite sure what I'm supposed to do.
Derek Allred's got the lead in that. In the IROC series, Phil Gould is leading the Rookie Series points, but he is not racing. He's running a part-time schedule, but he's got it on lock right now.
I'm most interested to discover what Armstrong that is. Are those Armstrongs from Gastonia?
No, that's Pleasanton in second, Barry Mack, and Denny Hamlin in third.
Well, that is the DNQ IROC Series Shark Lounge Rookie of the Year standings. Well, let's go down to a rookie that will forever be a rookie at DNQ, Too Tall Medill. Thanks, guys. Down here with Too Tall Medill. Too Tall, you've come close to winning some of these races recently, and you've gotten a lot faster over the last couple of races. What can you credit that to? As Bill Chester said, something about you being Giraffican.
Yeah. It's been fun. I think the biggest thing has been Alex Cunningham's kind of getting our tire program back to where it needs to be. Some of the asphalt stuff's kind of carried over from road course racing, just getting the driving style, kind of being aggressive like on the road course stuff, and just basically not giving a hell about who's in front of me, and if I got to move them, I'll move them now.
Yeah, we've seen you make a partial season out of most of the seasons in the DNQ Dirt Series. This year, it seems like you're being to show up more full-time. You think that'll help you out?
I think having the 2 weeks off here, that coming in on Wednesdays from our full-time job, kind of helps a little bit with that. Just 2 quick races, just turnaround time. You know, there's not a lot of time in between there to drink beer, but I mean, I'm not saying we didn't.
Have you checklisted this cart shit-faced drunk?
No, while drinking beer, but not shit-faced. Not yet.
Well, Too Tall Medill, nothing will probably fall off because he just had a decent buzz when he checklisted this car, guys. Well, the DNQ IROC Series race getting ready to start. The Tar Heel Racing Supplies 30 This should be a great race here tonight. We've got Hillary in the booth as well. She's crying. The IROC Series last race we saw Jason Denny took home the win. Phil Gould dominated. Gould not running here tonight, but Denny is. Does he double down?
He's going to wreck the fucking field like he did last time. I don't think he wasn't fast. He was not fast. He was
not that fast, no.
I don't think he can get it done. I think Christian Moody's come back. He led laps. He knows how to do it. I think Christian Moody gets it done tonight.
Hammer Kart's presence seemed to be growing in every series, especially this series. They got Hobden here tonight, and he's been pretty quick, too. He's starting on the pole.
Chicken Hawk knows how to get his shit done. I mean, you see Bubba Wallace run every single race, finish sixth every race. So he can at least run sixth. We know that.
We're getting ready to find out how the DNQ IROC Series goes. Let's go down and take a look at the starting lineup. BUSCH IROC Series starting lineup. Lee Higdon's got the front row with Zach Marquardt.
Row number 2, Alex Ripstein and Jason Denny.
Row number 3 has got Christian Moody and Mike Tapler.
Row number 4, we'll have Dustin Pleasanton and Curtis Markham, a racing legend.
Yeah, he's still racing. Row number 6, Tyler Baloney and Randy Armstrong.
Row number 7 features Adam Nelson and Mike Fioreschi.
Josh Williams and David Crofts will round out the field for tonight's IROC feature. And the DNQ IROC Series, for those at home, established in 2006, 2017 AKRA rules. You can run an NKA engine, 390 pounds, max is pink and blue, RLB muffler.
For those of you at home who had no idea what just the fuck that meant, you are not alone.
I don't know what NKA is, but I'm pretty sure it's what's the final feature here tonight.
Yeah. Jason Denny and Mike Tapler have in-car cameras. Green flag, we are underway, and we're already 4 wide.
Roush start, front row there.
Looks like we've got a 3-wide battle going on for 2 to start today's race.
As they all head into 3, Lee Higdon has checked out already, which is pretty typical for this series.
I would just like to point out to our viewers at home, there is actually currently no grape drink in the booth right now.
No, it's all actually out on the racetrack. Bill, what do you think about these guys here, about 3rd or 4th, Moody, Tapler, and Zach Marquardt, with Curtis Markham having a good run right now?
They are racing the fuck out of each other, Bob. And Curtis Markham, who's got, he had talent at one point in his career. That's long gone. These guys, if they don't line up and draft, they ain't going to catch the leader.
On board, Jason Denny, who is running behind Curtis Markham. And Barry, we see somebody like Curtis who's been driving his whole life, and he's out here schooling some of these younger kids. What does that have to say?
Well, I just think it talks a lot about what's going on in today's racing world. A lot of young kids can't drive, and I don't know that they'll ever be able to drive. So Curtis Markham may have an easy night tonight.
Yeah, Curtis Markham getting his roots down in the IROC Series, bought Richie Stone's charter, and looks like it's working out as he makes the move on Tapler.
Yeah, it's the only car that he's going to pass tonight. Wow, I think we're going to have to tech that motor in first. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a Hammer Kart. Lee Higdon, that happens. The cheating motherfuckers in this series, aren't
they? He got the Dale Jr. plate today.
As Curtis Markham and Mike Tapper ride it out here, trying to have a good finish there, as Jason Denny, who won the last race, seems to be struggling here tonight.
Denny Hamilton, yeah, he definitely did not hit the tires right tonight. I'm not sure he hit anything, because if I don't know, if I was his old lady.
Driving like a dump truck.
So, Barry, we see a lot of these guys out here. When you're chasing women, what is that worth on the stopwatch?
Well, I think it's worth at least a 10th or 2, and I refer back to a case that most of us here in the DNQ Kart Series know. I think back to Charles Lewandowski back when he was driving for Curtis Key Motorsports, and he was technically still single at the time. And he made it into the show at Kansas with a car that shouldn't have made it in any show, hit the wall, and went faster on his 2nd lap to actually go from qualifying 37th to qualifying 33rd. So Charles Lewandowski was able to go faster during his single time, but now that he's locked down, he hasn't even been in a race car in years.
That makes a very good point, and I think that's what's slowing Curtis Markham down. I don't know if Lee Higdon has a girlfriend or not, but I'm sure he might still be chasing something.
He better. What I'm noticing here, Bob, is that Monster Energy Ultra Black Groove is starting to show up. And when that Ultra Black Groove shows up, everybody gets on the grave drag.
Yeah, that's just natural as we see Christian Moody and Zach Marquardt there having quite a battle. And Christian Moody got into it with Bill Gould last race and looked like he was going to win, but he continued his winless streak so far in this year in the IROC series. But, you know, he's good enough. He should be able to win another one here pretty soon.
He's like Clint Boyer. He'll snatch one here in a bit.
That's right. As we see David Crops there getting lapped, but there's our leader, Lee Higdon, in the Hammer Karts Chicken Hawk tire machine, and he is straight up pulled out. Where do you think he's cheating at, Barry?
Well, I think it's got to be the adjustable track bar in his car that no one else has right now. You can see that right rear is hanging out just the right amount in his machine, right along that Monster Energy Ultra Black Groove you see right there.
Well, we're going to go side by side so you don't miss a thing.
DNQ Real Estate Group in Charlotte. We know that when you consider selling your home, you have two questions. How much will my home sell for today? And what agent will sell my home for the maximum price with the least hassle in the shortest amount of time? At Lead 2, we know where the buyers are and how they search for a home. Today's tech-savvy home buyers are searching on the most popular real estate websites. Buyers may see hundreds of photos before they ever decide to see a property in person. We ensure that your property gets accurate information and maximum exposure on sites such as Realtor.com, Zillow, and Trulia. Get in touch with us. We would love the opportunity to come out, meet you, and show you how we can help get your home marketed and sold.
Smooth to the core. New Crown Royal Regal Apple flavored whiskey. The smooth taste of Crown with the perfect apple finish.
Welcome back to the Millbridge Speedway. It's Tar Heel Racing Supplies Night as we are under caution here at the racetrack. Lee Higdon, who is leading this race, has seen his lead now disappear as the rest of the field is going to catch up. And these guys who have won in this series this year will be locked into the All-Star race, which is coming up soon, as Tapper is one of those guys, too. That should be an amazing event.
It's going to be fantastic, Bob. I really can't wait. What you're seeing here is the choose cone as he goes to the bottom. Smart move.
Curtis Markham sacks up. He goes to the top. What do you think the most beneficial place to choose cone here, Barry Mack, is these guys get to choose their cones here for the final restart?
Yeah, I mean, if you're in a 4th or 5th position, I don't know why you don't take the chance to go up high.
Well, Curtis Markham did, and it did not work out for him as he gets shit canned right there. Whoa, it too.
Yeah, he had a fast piece. That's what happens sometimes when you start up top, out of the Ultra Black Groove.
Yeah. Now, a veteran like Curtis Markham there, why would you not bring out the yellow?
I don't know. You got to think after you spin like that is we're on board Jason Denny who's running down Tapper, who is fucking sideways.
Tapper looks like he's got a little bit too much skew in that thing as he gets a little bump there.
Now, we talked about the digital, and we've got Dustin Pleasanton stopped on the backstretch. That should bring out a caution. That's a veteran move there.
Yes, absolutely.
Dustin Pleasanton knew exactly what to do in that moment. Get that cart slowed down to a complete stop.
Well, let's take a look at this again in the instant replay and see what happened to Pleasanton. Has his tailplate says 3 and his car side says 23, but let's see what happened.
Oh, he gets caught up in this wreck right here. He just ass packs him and spins himself out.
Barry, do you think he was looking at the digital dash there?
I think he was. And, when you see in these digital dashboards in today's environment and advances in technology, you can actually check your Facebook page.
Distracted driving definitely played into that one. The cone is back out. Where do you go here, Bill?
Absolutely to the bottom. I like, actually, well, I like to be on top, but somebody like Too Tall Medill, he's a bottom kind of guy. I would go to the bottom.
Or getting ready to restart here as Tapper does not get the jump in.
Who the fuck is, who started second?
Moody. Tapper was on the outside, Moody was on the bottom.
Oh, these guys are just as bad as the peasants.
Tapper trying to shut the door on Denny, and he says, get fucked.
I've got such a fucking headache. There you can see Digital Dash in the 44 car.
Yeah,
you can see that all the way from the spotter's stand.
He's actually tweeting how much that guy is cheating in front of him as the white flag is out for Lee Higdon.
Thank God.
Boys, I just can't wait for this race to end. Not a whole lot happened.
Coming out of turn 4, Lee Higdon is going to take home the win in the DNQ IROC Series.
Fans all over saying, thank God this is over.
Well, Hammer Kart scores another win in the IROC Series. What a race that was. Hobden just pretty much checked out.
That was impressive. I mean, he had his shit together. The tires were rolling. Chicken hog dialed that motherfucker in. Hammer Karts did not need that hammer tonight.
No, they didn't. Well, let's go down to victory lane and talk to the first-time winner in the DNQ IROC Series. Great.
Woo! Climbing out of the car. Oh, guys, come on. Shit.
Lee, you had the cart to beat all night. This thing was on rails.
Hot beer.
None of these other peasants had anything for you. Just talk about it.
Yes, sir. This thing's been a hot rod ever since about 2 weeks ago whenever we built it. We're making the Victory Lane here at Millbridge a frequent visit every week.
Now, what do you think? I mean, like I said last time you guys were on the racetrack, it looks like the biggest fear is just racing around all the other peasants. Is that constantly in your minds that one of these guys is going to take you out, or are you pretty good at working track?
Yeah, I'm pretty good on the steering wheel. It ain't too bad.
There you go, pretty confident. Lee Higdon picks up the win here tonight.
I got these other two over here that I do the top 3. So if you want to do those,
well, let's take a look at the final results for the DNQ IROC Series. Lee Higdon takes home the win. Christian Moody in second. Zach Marquardt rounds out the top 3.
It's good work, Bob.
Great job.
Well, Christian Moody tried his best tonight to catch the number 51 machine, but came up just one spot short. Was the 51 that strong this evening?
Oh, yeah, the 51 was definitely stronger than everyone. I mean, he had 2 tenths on the entire field. I just have to congratulate him and Hander Industries for the cart they built.
How important were the restarts tonight? Because it looked like he was getting a really good jump each time the green came back out.
The restarts were very important. If you didn't get a restart, then you get caught up with the slower carts and you just couldn't go anywhere. You'd go straight to the back.
That's a second place for Christian Moody.
All right, we'll give Derek Pernisilio a second to get over from Moody to our third place finisher, and he's there now. Let's go down to him.
Zach Marquardt walks out of here with a podium finish here tonight. And how was the race from your seat?
It was good. I mean, running third, chasing the 3, that was a good, fun race there. I was quick in the heat, but I knew that's 8 laps, and I was pushing through the front tires at lap 8, heat race, so I had to make some adjustments, and I feel we made gains on it, and this is the second race for me. Phil Gould built me a good motor here. Alex Cunningham at Hammer Karts, Steve at Tar Heel Racing Supplies. I really appreciate them sponsoring the race and helping me. A couple times a racer in me thought I was going to take the top, but then, I'm trying to build my IROC program up, so you got to bring it back down and build that program. But all in all, third place, happy with it, build off of it, so good with it.
You said you made some adjustments throughout the main event. With there being no suspension on these cars and very little adjustability, what kind of changes did you make?
Well, first off, before the race, I did air, and then throughout the race, I was getting my ass as far forward as I could to keep the front tires biting, and that's all you got. Driving style, it was pushing coming off before, had to really open up my entry a lot and get it kicked and then try and get it to point, otherwise I'll end up in turn 4 wall, but other than that, it was a good time.
Well, it's a good run tonight for Mr. Marquardt. He comes home in the 3rd spot. Let's go back up to the booth.
Well, it's DNQ IROC Series cars rolling on the grid, our main feature for tonight.
I expect a whole lot more cars to look like that piece of shit right there, but Derek Allred here with that fancy schmancy helmet, really fucking gay actually, is our series points leader. He's been fast all year. Another guy, Jason Denny, pulling double duty.
That groove looks about as black as that helmet right now.
Be right back after this message.
Out here, a man isn't measured by where he started. Just where he finishes.
Up out of turn 4, takes the Rumble win!
Champions one race at a time.
Well, DNQ BUSCH Series had some heat races here tonight. Jamie Knopf, though, is one of those guys. He's always been really fast in everything he races.
Yep.
He didn't run well in the heat race.
Nope.
Decided to pull off the racetrack, and he will start in the back of this feature Does he still have a shot at it?
He was knocked the pace a little bit.
Yes, he was. Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think he made the right decision going and working on your shit because he ain't going to win from 12. He's going to get the shit beat out of him and get no money. So if I was him, I would have went to the back and fixed my shit too.
Jason Denny, though, he's up towards the front. He won the IROC Series race. He just finished about 5th in the last race.
Yep.
The DNQ BUSCH Series 27 carts here tonight.
That's a lot of fucking peasants. So the IROC Series and the BUSCH Series, I think Denny Hamilton can run top 2 or 3 here. At least. He'll be in contention.
Absolutely.
Because he at least knows what the fuck he's doing and his left rear ain't going to fall off.
Yeah. Well, let's go down, and there's only one way to find out. Let's go ahead and watch the BUSCH Series race. Here we go, starting lineup for the DNQ BUSCH Series. Ben Murphy and Jason Denny are in row 1.
Row number 2, Mike Carver and Derek Allred, our series points leader.
Row number 3 has Thomas Markham and Steven Adams.
God, there's another Markham.
Row number 4, Ryan Richmond and Jonathan May.
Row number 5, John Darrell, Harry Gant, and Zach Marquardt.
Row number 6 has Redneck 1 and Redneck 2.
Row number 7 has Ryan Balance and Tommy Johnson.
Row number 8, Michael Rimjob and Brianna Lyons.
Row number 9, Brad Jacobs and Clint Mills.
Turkey Man. Row number 10, John Kilner and the man, Jamie Knopf.
Row number 11 has Justin Jennings, retired driver, and Jordan Rumage.
Andrew Tagliani in row 12, but outside the peasant Tim Nye.
Row 13, John Holmes and Jeff Shrewsbury, true peasant.
Rounding out the field, Nick Irish Carbomb.
Oh, the DNQ BUSCH Series established in 2015. 212cc Predator engines, 390, all carts on the same gearing. Maxxis EL tires makes for a full-blown shit show.
It sure does.
Look at that digital dash there, Barry. Now, what settings does he have those gauges on?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't have a clue.
What I did not see there is the pit road speed lights.
No. Mike Carver has the other in-car camera for tonight, and the ARCA in-car camera. No gloves, no digital dash, full-blown pet.
Much more what I'm accustomed to seeing is a guy who is not going to be able to check his Twitter feed throughout the race tonight.
Yeah, no spec. He actually has autometer gauges, not even spec. Green flag, we are underway for the BUSCH
They are
Series.
3 wide, ladies and gentlemen. Into 1, we're going to win the race on the first lap.
Without question, guys, and I'm going to take a note out of Mike Joy's playbook here. Sold out crowd tonight. Look at those grandstands.
And look at this field that comes down the front stretch. There's a shit ton of these cars that come out and run this series, isn't there?
What a great crowd for tonight's race.
Whoa, goddamn, we're wrecking on the backstretch.
Yeah, and that's Ryan Balance there. Thomas, a cup champion in a BUSCH race just wrecked the shit out of a regular.
For 20th.
For 20th. Is this the Darrell Waltrip of the series here? Let's look at the instant replay, try to see what happens.
Timmy Nye just got a little bit too low, I feel like, in that Monster Energy Ultra Black Groove and just got up underneath the car he wrecked there.
Getting ready to go back green. Ben Murphy, a.k.a. Dale Jr., leading this field over Jason Denny and Steven Adams. The green flag is back out, and we are back underway.
The guy I'm watching right now, Bob, is Jamie Knopf. He's in that bright orange 48 right there. He started dead fucking last. And
yeah,
he's made his way all the way up to about 15.
He started in the back of this field, and he's coming all the way back up now. And what do you think that's... he went back and messed with his tires there, Barry. You think he's cheating like a motherfucker?
I bet he is, but you can almost hear the roar in the crowd right now for every time he passes a car. Right there. Right there. It is so loud outside the booth right now.
Harry can't jump in left rears. Check.
Yeah, Harry can't jump. Part of his pre-race checklist is Jonathan Mame having a good run. Derek Allred struggling just a little bit here. He's just outside that top 6. And this is about the middle of the pack. Your Tri-Stars are right there as we're on board with one Tri-Star driver, Mike Carver.
What I want to point out is Mike Carver's tires have not fired off yet. He knows this is a long race. He's fast. He won an AAR. He knows how to get it done, but his tires just, he's saving them. He haven't fired off.
Barry, is that something when you get the PR representative that you tell them, you tell all the sponsor people you have a good long-run car?
Yeah, I mean, you can spin it so many different ways to make people feel like they're going to get their money's worth out of the day. I mean, If you're starting in the back, you say you got a fast car. If you're starting in the front, you say you got a fast car. It's just the same answer for everything. It's just how it's painted. It's just like the wind tunnel. Ain't never met a guy who said their car didn't blow good in a wind tunnel.
Well, the top 5 for sure had a good wind tunnel date there at wind shear, and Bill
in last place.
Yeah, exactly. And Bill, what aero things can these guys do to these carts as they're out here running?
Well, what you'll see, one thing I noticed from the practices in the heat race is those cut boys, they got it figured out. These peasants here don't have it figured out yet. In a couple years, they might get it, but there's one car with a big old splitter on the front and some big old sideboards. And what that does is increase the side bite in the corner. It keeps the car planted, and it keeps it turning. And these boys here, they haven't quite figured it out yet.
Jason Denny all over Ben Murphy's ass, and we know he will move the fuck out of somebody just to move him out of the way. Kind of very Dale Sr.-like, Barry, and he reminds us of somebody that's just going to move him right out of the way, and he doesn't.
Well, I mean, you know, in the later stages of these races, you have to be able to move people out of the way. It's just like the Intimidator and just like the Monster Energy Ultra Black Groove mandates. You've got to move somebody out of the way if you're going to win a race or pass for any kind of position, as we see a bunch of grapefruit soda right there. I think I need to go downstairs and get me a Fanta out of the vending machine.
Yeah, and that is a shit show there towards the back as the top 6 are battling here, gooch to gooch, as they head down the backstretch.
Yeah, I'd love to have a rear entry cam on one of these. Wow, look at that 48. He has got some steam under that hood.
Jamie Johnson Knopf is making his way through this field. Started dead last, Barry. You know he's got to be cheating like hell, as he is amongst a friggin' shit show right there.
He's in a Roush sandwich right there. Not a good place to be. You're about to get taken out.
A Trevor Bain and shithouse sandwich. Barry?
Well, guys, it's hard to argue what Bill Chester said there. That was a hell of a Roush sandwich right now. But it looks like he's cleared that mess, and he's put his foot back on the loud pedal. And I think he's going to run down that pack of leaders. You know, I'd love to say you could throw a blanket over them, but I don't think you could. I mean, they're close, but they ain't that close just yet.
Nope, there's a move for the lead.
3 wide for the lead.
And here comes Jason Denny now. Now they're 3 wide for the lead. Look at that. Steven Adams to the lead, passes Ben Murphy. Do you think Ben used his shit up?
I think he might have, and I think he's fucked right here on the outside lane because it's getting ultra black. Getting so ultra black, it's getting to almost a mutant level. Look at Jamie Johnson shove it inside to take the position away from him. I think his shit's burned up.
Yeah, and that's a tough deal. And, you know, Chester, when you raced, how much were you saving tires when you were out there running?
Well, I never had new tires. I was always in piles of shit, so I didn't get to save them at all. But what I want to point out is we're used to that 471 being in the lead, but where is Chicken Hawk? Did he finally give up driving and realize he couldn't drive worth a fuck?
Yeah, I think he's retired. He's going to come back for the All-Star races. Knopf is looking for the lead on Jason Denny.
That is last to first, ladies and gentlemen.
Jamie Knopf is a full-blown legend in dirt go-kart racing. That's all he does, Barry, and when that's all you do, you should be good.
Well, I'd hope so. I mean, there's a lot of people who do one thing and do it well, but there's also a lot of people who do one thing and can't do anything right. So it's nice to see a guy who's spent all his time. Oh, we got a crash.
We got a crash off of 4. Justin Jennings, Terry Labonte, they're all spun.
This ARCA Racing caution is brought to you by Monster Energy Ultra Black Groove.
Let's see what happened here in the replay. Shrewsbury hooks the brim a little bit too much. Jennings is involved. Morcillo's involved. Tim Nye, of course, is involved somewhere in this. And
that's
looks like
your
Mabe,
classic case of no driving fuck being where he shouldn't.
Yeah, he cut the bottom apron.
It is not at all a worry to the track about all those people standing right where that wreck happened.
Here we go. Yeah, like if you're sitting in the front stretch of Daytona or Talladega, right? No, we ship a car up there. Fuck it. Here we go. We're back under green. Jamie Knopf leads. No Chusco and restarts in this series because they're peasants.
And not a bad opportunity for the 12 car there to get some rest and maybe cool his tires down under that last caution. Let's see if he can make it back through the field or if his shit's burned up. Great racing.
4 wide.
Oh, Bill Elliott almost got spun right there. The McDonald's car, Barry, almost went for a spin.
Yeah, he about sent it to the drive-through crew to do some repair work if he wasn't careful.
What the Timmy Nye has just been racing for 25th all night long.
It's like Jimmy Johnson in the BUSCH series.
Talk about a fall from grace. He got rid of his old lady and picked up some D-class pussy, and he's definitely there.
Oh, Bill Elliott around again, and that is going to bring out our caution. We had 2 to go. We're going to restart him again. What a shit show.
Top 10 Kids Eat Free. Who is that guy?
Watch Jimmy Smith live on Jimmy Live. Follow Jimmy Smith on Facebook for all your DNQ Dirt updates. He films it live, and we do it a month later.
Boy, oh boy, his data usage must be unbelievable. I'm surprised DNQ hasn't sent him a cease and desist letter.
Yeah, green flag, we're back underway. Yeah, they should license him for that, huh?
Zach Marquardt had a terrible restart there. Very, very typical of what you see on Sundays.
Jamie Knopf in the lead. White flag in the air. The battle's for third as Steven Adams door slams whoever the fuck that is. And Jason Denny, can he get to the back bumper?
Denny Hamilton, will he put a bumper to him? We know he will jump a left rear. No, cannot get to him. Jamie Knopf takes home the checker tonight.
Ooh, boys, I am ready for lunch.
I need a water. And an Advil.
Well, Jamie Knopf takes home the win after starting in the back of the field. He is now locked into the All-Star race, which is pretty much his goal to come down here and run DNQ to be locked in that May race.
Yep, he's here for that $1,000 cash. He knows that. And you know what? I'm proud of him because he showed up in the back of a pick-em-up truck.
Yes, he did.
Went and stomped these boys' asses with the big old stackers over here in turn 3.
Yes, he did. And he's got that pink magic working on his tires. And
that's a name brand.
Yes, it is. That's Jamie Knopf's name brand, and he takes home the win. And it was stout. Jason Denny put up a fight there towards the end, and a couple of the regulars, but they didn't have anything for him.
No, Jamie Knopf, he ran through the field. He passed every one of them motherfucking go-karts. He deserved to win tonight.
Let's go to the victory lane and talk to Jamie Knopf.
Beer everywhere, Jamie. Started all the way back in 19th. Weed your way through all the peasants. Talk about how you did that.
Yeah, we were a little slow in the heat race, so I think I finished 5th or 6th, and I pulled on in, and we put 10 coats of Pink Magic EL Prep on them, and that's what it took to get back to the front.
Was it physically tiring to you? Were you falling out of the seat, or how were you doing in there?
Yeah, when it 5 to go caution, I was like, man, I needed that break. It was rough getting up through the crowd.
So Jamie Knopf, your winner tonight in the BUSCH Series.
I had a tickle on my nose.
Take a look at the final results. Jamie Knopf, Denny Hamilton, and Steven Adams right out your top 3. Let's go down to Jason Denny, who's down with Derek Persiglio.
Well, Jason Denny comes home in second. 48 was pretty fast tonight. Was there any catching him?
No. The talent he had was talent I didn't have, and I just need more of it, and that's all I got to say. I just can't drive, and I should have been there, and I could have been there, but I didn't. So that's why.
Going back through the race, if there was any other thing that you could change, what would it have been?
I would have drove to the left rear a whole lot sooner. When I caught to him, I would have done that, and that could have got the win.
Still got to be happy with tonight.
That's all right, man. If you ain't first, you last, so I ain't too happy with it. We'll be back.
Jason Denny comes home second tonight in the DNQ Series.
Well, Derek Persiglio is very busy. He is down with our third place finisher, Steven Adams.
Well, Steven Adams comes home in the third spot tonight in his kart. Was there anything that you could have done different to get the win?
Just get out front. If I'd have been out front, I think I would have won the race personally. But that's how it goes racing. Good job to Jamie and for the win. And that's it, man. Hopefully I'll get a chance to come back. This is the first time I've been here, so hopefully I'll get a chance to come back and ride.
With the 5 to go caution, was there any kind of strategy change when you went back to the restart?
Well, I was like I said, I was hoping I was going to be in the lead. I didn't get there. I got messed up on some lap go-karts, and when I was in the lead, and like I said, it's predator racing. But I need to thank Alex Cunningham for give me the opportunity to come ride, and I've been begging him for a couple weeks, and he finally gave me the chance to come ride, and hopefully we can do it again.
Well, it was a really good run for the 471 machine. He comes home in the third spot. Let's go back up to you.
DQ Cup Series getting ready to start. Dan Eisenhower on the pole. 40 laps here tonight for the Cup Series.
That's a lot of laps, Bob. Whew, that's a lot of whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, Daniel Eisenhower. I love that guy. He's fast. He was fast in the heat race. But them boys behind it, LJ McCleary, we saw him put a whooping on him last weekend. Let's see if he's got something for it. Buskirk, if his shit could stay together, we know he's a contender.
Michael Tutalmadil, we talked to earlier, his stuff's been stout too. I would not regulate him out of this race.
He will fuck up.
Yeah, David Markham had to park his car for the night. The side bolts came out of it. Oil everywhere in the heat race, so he will not be running. Yeah, so we've got a couple carts there, but let's go ahead and take a look at the short starting lineup for the DNQ Cup Series. All right, ready? The DNQ Winston Cup Series starting lineup in row 1, LJ McCleary and Dan Ridenhour.
Row number 2, Tutalmadil and Brad Busker.
Row number 3, Eddie DeHaan and Jake King.
And that is it for tonight's Cup Series, a slow-dying breed. And if you have a Cup engine, you better get your ass out here before we stop running this series.
It's a fucking pathetic field. It looks like a truck race.
Dear God.
It's a K&N Pro Series race is what it's become.
You know, but those parents still love to brag about when their kid wins a race against only 15 cars and only 4 of them can win. And 4 of them are all under the age of 17 with rich daddies.
Yeah, the Winston Cup Series, if we only get 6
Thanks,
of this
Mom and
again,
Dad.
if we only get 6 of these carts again, they will run with IROC on the track at the same time as we are getting the green. Green flag is out. We are underway.
And the poor flag man that has to stand up there and sit through this shit probably is not very happy right now.
Look how much faster these carts are, though, than the Busch Series carts. I mean, it is ridiculous the power these guys have.
They are hauling ass. Those peasants were crawling around here. What I want to point out right now is our leader, Daniel Eisenhower, in that American flag. Fucking love Trump. In that American flag go-kart, he doesn't have a digital dash. He doesn't need all that new technology. Doesn't even know what a 7-post is. Doesn't even know how many posts a 7-post has.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel Eisenhower is a supercharged redneck, and he's so fast, just like you said, he doesn't need the technology. And back there, is that Michael Tutalmadil?
Yes, it is.
Michael Tutalmadil needs every piece of technology possible to even keep up with there. I mean, look at the body on that car and all the side bite it probably has.
Eddie Don Jr.'s parking his shit.
Oh, that is a
very familiar sight.
We are down to 5 cars out there, boys.
Terrible. David Markham, who did not start this race, he had an engine issue as well, and that's part of the game here in the Cup Series. Your shit blows up, you're fucked. As we're on board, LJ McCleary.
LJ McCleary going a solid 200 miles an hour into turn 3 right there.
It almost
2-0 shit.
And that is, and look at all the panels on the side of that thing. That was, we talked about Aero earlier, but he's got his shit down. He's got a splitter and those side panels helping him out.
He does. He's got quite an aero advantage. I mean, coming across the line here at about 240.
Daniel Eisenhower leads this field flying, and then there's the rest of the 4 other carts. It looks like a 5-cart Friday night, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Except Daniel Eisenhower doesn't come on 5-cart Friday because he doesn't need to race against those peasants. He's out here with the big boys making the big cash tonight.
This is like any other mile-and-a-half Cup Series race, is it not, Barry?
My God, it's terrible. I mean, it appears as though as DNQ is acting as another sanctioning body and selling out for TV money to put on a really shitty show that nobody wants to even watch. In fact, most people nap through if you haven't changed the channel to watch something else. I mean, this, guys, is so fucking boring. I mean, fans are walking out. I mean, look at the flag man right there.
McGowan is
Wake
tired.
up.
Wake up, Kyle. Yeah, and you know,
sold out crap.
Rule change number 7 really hurt this series, you know, over the last couple of years. All the rule changes really killed Cup racing, haven't they?
They really have, guys, and I think that nobody really wants to watch it because nobody knows who drives the cars, nobody knows who the partners are that are on the cars at all, and quite frankly, I mean, the rule changers have just made the racing so boring.
It's sponsor soup out there, is it not?
Oh, God, it's a fucked up mess.
How do you sell sponsorship in the Cup Series right now?
You don't. It's plain and simple. You take half money, you got the owner's name on the side, you got Daddy's company on the side every other race.
Thanks, Dad.
Like, we can't put thanks, Dad, on the side of the car, but we'll put Toyota on the side of the car.
You got to go business to business, too, if you're going to sell it, can't you?
I think you got to see who wants to jack off who so bad to find dollars as a tax.
Even a talent like Brad Buskirk, we're watching him here live going about 2-0 shit into 3. He's only got Kart City on the front. That used to be the entire sideboard. But LJ McCleary, you can see he's got that Hardy sponsorship all year long. You see what money does. He's got the aero benefits. Like, he doesn't have all his shit together tonight, but he's got a grade A operation going on.
Yeah, and it won't be much longer till that car is blank.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
As crisp and cold as a mountain stream. It has the same great taste it's always had. Even the same sound.
BUSCH.
Welcome back to the Millbridge Speedway, the Tar Heel Racing Supplies night for the DNQ Winston Cup Series, and thank God the fucking caution is out. That was getting boring. Daniel
Eisenhower has lapped the entire field, and by the entire field, I mean the one cart left.
Yeah, there's 4 here, so Buzzkirk's going to go to the top, try to make some shit happen.
I think I've seen better races at the pit go-kart place.
You know, this is really bad for the Cup Series.
At a kid's birthday
If you got
party,
a Cup
I think
engine,
I've
you
seen
better
better
start
races.
showing up before we shut this shit down as McCleary gets screwed on the start. We're back underway.
McCleary jumped the start a little bit, got ass packed up into Eisenhower, and Jake Kuhn goes around.
Man, oh man, that is the most action we've seen this entire race.
Yeah, 3 karts left. Can Buzzkirk hold off McCleary is the question now.
I'd say it's hard for him not to. I mean, he's going to grape soda this thing. Out of 6 cars, if he can finish second, that's better than 66% of the competition.
Yes, it is, and
that's worth about $3 million, isn't it? Daniel Eisenhower making the money tonight. Only a lightning strike is going to keep him out of victory lane.
And usually he blows up, so this is pretty good for him to see him actually still running in this race.
Yeah, and that looks to be about the only way Buskirk can get a win this year is if somebody else fucks up.
White flag in the air, but these two are battling it out as Daniel Eisenhower is going to take home the win. Can McCleary make the pass on Buskirk? The only race going on. He cannot. What a great
Buskirk
race.
finished a race.
All right, load him up.
Well, Dan Eisenhower's shit stayed together. I was not expecting that, and he takes on the win.
He put a whooping on them boys tonight. Daniel Eisenhower was back in true Daniel Eisenhower form. Didn't have to shit can nobody. Didn't get shit can nobody because he was that far in front.
His 3rd DNQ Cup Series win. Let's go down and talk to him in victory lane. Okay.
Well, next time you know and bring the Pepsi.
Oh, go ahead.
Ready when you are. Go ahead, come on out.
Daniel, right now we're climbing out of the cart. Could possibly be the first ever race where he didn't touch anybody to win the race.
Daniel, there's only 6 carts here.
You look like you had the best
one all night. How does it feel to come back? First race 2017 in Millbridge and be in victory lane.
Feels good. It feels good. I'd like to thank Jim Farmer for my motor. I'd like to thank my dad for putting up with me most of all. Thank Phantom Chassis, like thank Lawson Rogers, Todd McGee for some support, Randy Harrington just for always being behind me, and God for letting me get to the track and home safe.
Daniel Eisenhower tried to get sprayed by beer, but I mostly got sprayed by beer. Guys?
Our next race is the big one.
One hot night.
Up to $1,000 to win for the DNQ All-Star Race, and I am very excited for this race. It takes a long time to spool up, but if you've won any DNQ Karting Series championship or race, you're locked in to the Winston.
That is a long list of all-stars, Bob. We got the best of the best. I mean, you ain't come run second. You ain't come lead lap. None of that. No, you got to win. And there is going to be a fucking huge class.
Yes, there will.
Some peasants. Because
yeah,
it's a peasant race.
It is a peasant race.
So peasant winners, but watch out for them Dan Eisenhowers. Watch out for them Timmy Nyes and them Brad Buskers and those LJ McClearys, those Cup guys who know what they're doing, who might come and run that peasant race.
Yeah, that is true. The DNQ All-Star Race, open tires, 17-tooth driver gear, open rear gear, open tires. I mean, the BUSCH Series engine rolls. This is going to be a great race. And we also have the Winston Open for drivers who want to try to make their way into the Winston. We will take 6 drivers from that and 2 via the fan vote. So
for the peasants who really can't make it.
Yeah, if you got Facebook friends, you'll be in on the race.
Hell yeah. You better like Instagram, Twitter, the whole motherfucking thing. Get your fan vote in. Broadcast it on TV. We ain't going to advertise for you, so fuck that. But well, if you pay me, I might.
The Winston brought to you by Superior Tire Management, Pink Prep, Pink Jamie Knopf, Pink Magic Prep, LKN Sun on the Run, Tar Heel Racing Supplies. It should be a great race. We'll see you there in May. It's one hot night.
Bring your ladies. There's a halftime show.